I am Amber Jacona. I am the group leader for group number 6 on the discussion board this week. Now, this week we had a two-part discussion. The first part was about Sonnet 73, and the second part was about Hamlet and Ophelia. Now, on the first part, we were asked 5 different questions. Question number 1 was to describe the dramatic situation. Now, we all know that the dramatic situation can be broken down into different parts. The first part we had to do was to identify the speaker. Now, it was general consensus within our group that the speaker could have been male or female, but it was just, in general, a person. Now, the addressee, which is a person that the poem and the narrator is speaking to, we agreed was to a lover, to someone close to them, someone that they loved and they deeply cared about. Now, the subject was a little different. We had basically the same idea. A lot of people had trouble reaching it. One person even had to read it 50 times. But it was death. That is what the subject is about. It's about growing old and dying and just death in general. It's about the ending of days. Now, the surroundings. In our question, it was said that it can be the speaker's mind, but we all agreed that there was a lot of imagery in this poem. The first question describes the season of fall. The second one even goes on to describe sunset and night. So what we agreed was it was probably night in a day in fall. Pretty easy on that one. They kind of told us. We didn't have really any discrepancies on that. Now, the theme. What do they think or feel about the subject? The subject of death is discussed. And you can sum up the poem in a few words. Don't take life for granted. Live life to the fullest. And that's what we all agreed on, is that this poem was about love is everlasting, that death can't stop love, that you need to love someone constantly, whether it's your last day or whether it's not. Now, our second question was to describe the rhyme scheme. Everyone got this one. This one was pretty easy to figure out. The rhyme scheme is a standard Shakespearean sonnet. This particular one was fairly long. It had 3 quatrains and a couplet. It went A, B, C, D, C, D, E, F, G, G. Now we had to summarize each quatrain. The first quatrain, it was all about the setting. It was late fall, early winter. It was the sad ending of the year. The second quatrain was paraphrased as, I watched as each day came and gone, knowing that death's other half, nightfall, will come again. It's all about the darkness of night being described as death's other half. The other death. Maybe perhaps the death of days versus the death of human souls. The third quatrain, I once had sparks of energy, my youth coursing through me, but now I lie awaiting an inevitable death. So the third quatrain is all about how the narrator, the speaker, is dying. You can tell they're not as youthful, they don't have the spark within them like they used to. And then it goes on to the couplet, which is, knowing death will make our love strong and everlasting. That even though death is coming, we're still going to love each other. I still love you. Our love is even going to be stronger. Now, the fourth question we had to do was to summarize the problem. The problem is introduced in the dying of the trees, then the ending of the days, and then the ending of life. Everything is tied to death, but in the end, love is everlasting. This was a thought that went through everyone. Everyone knew that the speaker was getting old within this poem, that the speaker's going to die soon. The speaker knew it, and the speaker's lover knew it. And even though that was happening, their love was even stronger than ever. And so that's all what the couplet is summarizing, is that no matter how hard life is, and no matter how much you know that you're going to die, you can still love each other. And then the fifth question that we had to answer was, what is the describing theme in terms of irony? Now, the irony, it's pretty simple. Everyone in our group got that. I don't know if we're just a smart group or if it was just an easy questions. But the irony is that death is strengthening their love, But death is also the very thing ending one's life. The very thing lasting their love is killing their relationship. So it's like they're loving each other more. Their love is finally becoming everlasting, but it won't be everlasting because he's going to die. Now in the second part, we had to go on and describe or kind of make up your own discussion between Hamlet and Ophelia. Something that had the same consensus as the big Hamlet speech, to be or not to be. This was something a lot of people in my group struggled with. I happen to like this question, but a lot of people in our group struggled with it. But in the end, everyone wrote, and they all had their different styles, and everyone had slightly different settings. Some were inside, some were outside. But overall, we agreed that Hamlet would be speaking about ending his life and how he wants to kill it. Why should he stay on this earth anymore? There's nothing bad. There's sinners everywhere. It's just horrible, you know? Why go through all the suffering when he can just kill himself and end it? But in all of our stories also, Ophelia is like, no, you have to stay. You have to stay. You can't just kill yourself. That's horrible. You'd be condemning yourself to hell. You wouldn't even be going to heaven. And so that's what our second part's. There was one person that had Ophelia agreeing, but other than that, the other four all agreed that Ophelia would try to stop Hamlet. Like, don't kill yourself. No, this isn't the way. You need to be strong. You need to be our leader. But overall, I felt like our group did really good. We all connected with each other. Everyone was posting on everyone else's discussion boards. It was pretty great. Everyone in our group did a great job. I didn't find any that I thought were horrible. Any that I just was like, oh my god, why are they even in this course? Everyone did a great job, and I'm glad to be part of my group. Thank you.